Hearing about the CreepShow Art situation and learning more about it, at first I wasn't going to cover it because it almost sounded like a bird in his situation from a few months ago. But a video at the time of this recording being uploaded on Saturday, June 12th, details a truly horrifying experience that YouTuber Emily Artful had with Shannon, better known as CreepShow Art. And before we begin, yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jason, the Lone General himself, back with some more general thoughts. Make sure you check out the playlist. Links in the description will be down below. And today we're going to be talking about the CreepShow Art situation, or better yet, CreepShow Art being a two-face. And now, if you guys aren't very familiar with Shannon or CreepShow Art, she's essentially a commentary art channel. Basically a person who, draws in her videos and also does voiceovers talking about different topics. I believe she's doing a true crimes thing right now. Recently, Shannon has been called out for, like I said, being a two-faced character on a message board known as Locale. Without me getting too deep into, how this all started, just like the bird, Shannon was basically being a troll and shitposting stuff, which is some stuff that is pretty offensive. Some things about other YouTubers that she's rubbed elbows with, including her friends like D'Angelo Wallace, Edward Costa, and Ready to Glare, and some much more notable people who also used to do, or still do, the art commentary thing. You're probably asking yourself, though, who cares if, she's trolling, if she's saying messed up things, that's what trolls do. Well, you see, it wouldn't be a problem, it wouldn't be as big if she just admit that it was her. It wouldn't be so much of an issue if you just admit it was you. It just like the bird in his situation, it wouldn't be this big had you just admit your wrongdoing. After lying multiple times and being called out, as well as making up some random bullshit about a stalker or a hacker doing this, the admin team for Locale did some digging and tracked an IP address, multiple addresses from different devices that were CreepShow Arts. So and you guys need to understand that these are in fact allegations, these are accusations. None of what Emily Artful or anyone else with their experiences that have came out in regards to CreepShow, unfortunately, we do not know if they are true. That's literally all I can say. I personally have a different side, which I'll get into later, but for right now, these allegations are just as such. But with this being said, it is made clear that CreepShow Art could have been the one to make these posts, especially when the IP addresses are being pinged to the same location. And it's weird because some of the stories and some of the things that CreepShow Art says are connecting along with the stories of some of her victims that she's harassed over the years. So, I just want you to let it be known now that a small warning, because it's going to be containing, and we're going to be talking about a lot of very triggering situations. Now that you have somewhat of a good idea of, Shannon being a two-face, let's talk about, Emily Artful's video, which is over 2 hours long, and I'll be leaving a link in the description for anyone who wants to watch it. I do recommend you do watch it to get the full scope of what we're dealing with when it comes to CreepShow Art. Now, again, these are just allegations. These are just allegations, guys. I would not say that these are true, but from what I've been reading from the people's experiences and all that, I really don't want to put a tag on nobody without actually knowing that it's them, because it's better to know than assume in any situation. But let's just keep going, guys. But this video that Emily Artful made detailing how Shannon really is and how crazy a person could have so many faces. Like, I swear to God, she isn't even two-faced no more. She's literally like that spirit off of the Avatar, the last Airbender, who steals faces and can change face at any time. I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about, and y'all goats if y'all do. For any of y'all young kids out there, watch Avatar, the last Airbender. Emily does go into details of periods of her life which were very dark. And these are, in fact, very serious and very triggering topics that she talks about in the video, from drug abuse to sexual assault to even doxing and harassment and etc. So, this is honestly, in fact, a fair warning. Uh, First, I do gotta say, and like I said earlier, everything in Emily's video are in fact allegations, because even she doesn't know if, or for sure, if Shannon was a part of, of the harassment that, Emily has endured for so long. But Emily Artful's ex-boyfriend, who she went on to clarify as Shannon slash Creepshow Art's current husband, who was essentially making Emily's life a living hell, from getting her fired from jobs to the point of homelessness to actually getting sexually assaulted by her ex-boyfriend. And can I just say, it that's just fucking sick. That is disgusting. And I also gotta say and point out, Emily, the fact that you're, talking about this, the fact that, you had to suffer and endure this for so long, and now that you're talking about this story, you're honestly the bravest person on the internet, to me right now, anyways. The fact that you are doing this, hats off to you, because a lot of people need to learn from your examples. That way this doesn't happen to other people ever again. I'm so glad, people are starting to speak out about shit like this, because, it's honestly good to joke about things. You can joke about racist things. You can joke about anything. You can joke about whatever you want. But when it gets to the point where you're harassing somebody, where you're basically making someone lose their job, that's when it's a serious fucking issue. And I take no light when it comes to somebody losing their money. I really don't. But when finding more information about this whole situation, Emily Artful, in a way, was supposed to deliver on a promise that she made on Twitter in regards to receipts that she had on CreepShow Art, and how much of a terrible person she is and have done to Emily. But instead of receipts, we were just given speculation, as CreepShow and her current husband did in fact do these things, as the video shows little to no evidence. So honestly, with the video, it and sorry if that made no sense to what I wrote. I like reading scripts, but I also like going on tangents, and also shorten them a little bit so that way this video isn't too long. But it seemed like from the whole video, from what she said on Twitter, we were just given speculation. We weren't really given much evidence to back up her claims as to what she is saying. But I guess you can say, in terms of evidence, we do get a repeated pattern of behavior. As a Twitter username, Kevin, my apologies if I'm saying your last name wrong, Kevin Coulter, detailed his experiences with CreepShow Art. And as you read his experience with Shannon, his sounds very familiar in nature with Emily's story. And, like I said, if this is true, it puts, especially Kevin's story, it puts a lot of credibility and flack into Emily's story in terms of evidence and receipts, as these two stories do in fact coincide with each other. And since they're sounding the same, you honestly can see that, okay, maybe we should start looking into this a bit more. Now, my thoughts on the situation is honestly all over the place, especially when this is still an ongoing thing, but we're seeing these stories and experiences from multiple people on CreepShow Art, and with them sounding the same and, in a sense connecting together, you have to be blind to not see this. I just think it's insane, absolutely insane, that CreepShow Art Shannon is still keeping up with these bullshit lies to save her skin of hackers. But of course, with that being said, these stories that she's talking about may be full of shit, and everything like that. But of course, for many reasons, until we get actual receipts and evidence of the things that Emily and Kevin and others experienced and accused Shannon of doing actually happening, these are all just allegations. Now, with these patterns of repeated behavior and stories coming out, calling out Shannon, including my own research into the situation, I personally believe that CreepShow Art Shannon may have some involvement with Emily's harassment and others' harassment for so long that they've endured it for. You'd honestly have to be blind to not see the dots connect. But I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. But guys, I'm going to have to end the video here. These are not just facts. These are not just my opinions. These are my general thoughts. And if you are new, if you like the video, or if you're a member of the Govan Army, then please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and repeat. Like, subscribe, and repeat. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Discord. This has been your boy Jason, the Lone General himself, signing out. Peace.